Hello and welcome dear Rajeshwar students. I am your teacher of English, Prabhat Sharma, and with you once again. And the explanations topic today is again the black aeroplane, which we have taught you yesterday. Okay, it's about the author flying his Dakota aeroplane. The author says that he was flying an aeroplane at 1 o'clock at night. The moon was coming up in the east behind him. The stars were shining in a clear sky above him. He was flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. He was dreaming of his holiday. He was looking forward to being with family at the breakfast table in the morning. So he decided to call Paris control room. You know, control room is the place from where the airplanes are guided. He then radioed to it. He told it that he was on his way back to England. Paris control room duly acknowledged, and it advised him to turn 12 degrees west. So here we see he is imagining, he is longing to be with his family. Okay, he is longing to have a breakfast with his family. So he calls the Paris control rooms to know what the situation is, and they guide him accordingly. All of a sudden he sees the storm clouds. Till now everything was okay. But then what happens here is he sees the storm, the clouds, the mountain of clouds. So he is duly turned to that direction. Up till now everything was going well. And the Paris was about 150 kilometers behind him. Excuse me, dear children. So everything is okay. Before, up till now, everything is okay until he sees a big mountain of clouds. But he sees mountain of cloud. It is night time, okay. Shall I tell you, remind you once again, it is 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the night. Okay. And it is very dark, or as usual, as you all know. And he sees that mountain of clouds about him. So he saw the storm clouds. ये तो तूफान वाले बादल हैं भाई. They looked like black mountains in front of him. He could not fly up and over them. He didn't know for a moment what to do. बड़े बड़े भैया उसके पास फ्यूल भी कम है. He is running out of fuel. एंड दैट उसकी हवाई जहाज की इतनी कैपेसिटी भी नहीं है कितना ऊपर जाके उसके पार निकल जाए. और तीसरा वो जल्दी जल्दी घर जाकर अपना फैमिली के साथ ब्रेकफास्ट करना चाहता है. उसको बड़ा लालच हो रहा है उसके लिए. ही वांट्स टू हैव दैट. अपने घर का खाना सभी को अच्छा लगता है भैया. सो ग्रेट फ्लाइंग प्रॉब्लम्स आर बीइंग फेस्ड. ही वांटेड टू गो बैक टू पेरिस बट ही आल्सो वांटेड टू गो बैक होम. घर जाना और उसके जाने की जो डायलेमा है उसका कि whether he should go to Paris, back to Paris, or he should go home. So he decides to go home. So he took the risk and flew into the storm. He could see nothing outside his aeroplane. Everything was black. और जो उसका कंपास था वो भी गोल गोल घूम रहा था. It was just out of order. और दूसरे इक्विपमेंट्स ऑल्सो, other equipments also were not functioning properly. His radio also was not functioning. उसका रेडियो भी काम नहीं कर रहा भैया. रेडियो होता है जिससे दूर से बात कर सकें, जिससे अपनी आवाज़ अपने पहुंचा सकें किसी दूसरे तक. So radio is also not functioning. Compass is also not functioning. All other instruments are also gone out of order. क्या करता है भाई, चारों तरफ धुआं, बादल ही बादल, अंधेरा ही है. Everything was black. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. He looked at the compass, it was gone. He tried to contact Paris control room, but he couldn't contact it too. He was lost in the storm. बड़ा मुश्किल समय है भाई. Then all of a sudden he sees another aeroplane in those clouds. Then in the black clouds he saw another aeroplane. It had no lights on its wings. He could see it flying next to him in the storm. He was glad to see another person. He was saying to follow him. उसने इशारा करा, अरे आ जाओ, वेव करा उसको. The author thought he was trying to help him, so he followed him. He flew for half an hour. He had fuel only to last for 5 or 10 minutes. Although उसके पास पेट्रोल जो था ना, गैसोलीन जिससे एरोप्लेन फ्लाई होता है, कंज्यूम करता है उसको, वो बहुत कम था, 5-10 मिनट तक ही था, पर हाफ एन आवर तक वो चला लिया उसने काम से. He began to feel frightened. ये देखिए फ्यूल मीटर बता रहा है, एम्प्टी बता रहा है. ओहो, he is running out of fuel. He is very much frightened. बड़ा घबरा रहा है. What to do, what not to do. कोई समझ नहीं आ रहा है क्या करना है भाई. फ्यूल से 5 मिनट का फ्यूल था, 5 से 10 मिनट का मुश्किल से, और all of a sudden he began to feel frightened and he started to go down. Suddenly he saw that he was on the runaway. So he is saved and he is landed safely. He looked for his friend in his black aeroplane. Why? Because he wanted to thank him. But what he sees, the sky is empty. There is nobody there. No other aeroplane is seen over there. So what he decides? He decides to go to the control room, to the control tower. So he has landed safely on the airport, and now, as he wanted to thank the pilot of the black aeroplane, okay, but he sees that he is the only aeroplane. His aeroplane is the only aeroplane which has landed on that airport. He sees in the sky no other airplane. He went to the control tower. He asked the woman where he was. She looked at him strangely and then laughed. So she is looking strangely at this person. Oh, which aeroplane are you talking about? Okay, she did not see any other airplane. She told that there was no other planes except his on that night. So this is the author's great surprise. The author is wonderstruck to hear it. He wondered who has helped him to arrive there. He was without a compass or a radio. He did not have enough fuel also in his fuel tanks. Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without light? So he is wonderstruck. Now we shall listen to the explanation of the remaining part 2, Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth.
By Frederick Forsyth. About the author. Frederick Forsyth is an English author, journalist, spy, and an occasional political commentator. He is best known for his thrillers. Introduction. The Listen Black Aeroplane reflects on how one's judgment gets distorted due to fantasizing and how it creates problems. The narrator is a pilot who is so eager to meet his family and have a good breakfast. He takes a wrong decision of facing the storm instead of doing the right thing. Miraculously, he somehow manages to escape with the help of a mysterious aeroplane. Here is the summary of the chapter. It was night time when the sky was clear and the stars could be seen twinkling. The pilot felt peace in being above a country that had fallen asleep while he was flying over France to England. It was 1:30 in the morning and he was fantasizing about holidaying with his family. When the aeroplane was in France, the pilot thought of informing the Paris control personnel about its presence and for instructions. At that time, lights from the Paris city were blaring at him. He informed the control agency, to which they replied with further instruction on directions. The control room at Paris instructed him to turn 12 degrees towards the west. After receiving the instructions, the pilot geared up and followed them while putting the last fuel tank into operation. All this time, he was dreaming about his time with his family, and then he started thinking about having a satisfactory breakfast at the destination point. He was calm as everything was going on as planned. Now the plane had crossed Paris, and when he started seeing clouds in the sky, the presence of clouds made it unsafe to travel by air because there were chances of a storm. They were so huge and dark that the pilot compared them with black mountains. He knew he couldn't pass them as it was impossible to go above them or escape them with the amount of fuel that was left in the last tank. The right decision would have been to fly back to Paris safely, but the pilot's decision making was clouded by his wish to meet his family. He so desperately wanted to be with his family and have that English breakfast he had been dreaming of all day that he took the risk of not going back. Thus, he headed the plane right into the storm. It was so dark because of the storm that nothing was visible outside the plane. He started losing control of the aeroplane. The compass and other instruments had also stopped working because of the bad weather. He became helpless. He tried calling the Paris control agency, who had helped him earlier, but couldn't connect because of the weather. In the midst of nowhere, when everything failed, he saw a ray of hope when he saw another aeroplane. He felt relieved when he saw another pilot's face and willingness to help him escape the storm. He thought to himself that the other pilot is very kind, as he knew that they were lost and was trying to help him. The other pilot took his plane ahead of the lost aeroplane to make it easier for them to follow, while the author followed him like an obedient child. He was also panicking because there was very less amount of fuel left. It was only then that he had started coming out of the storm and could see the runway to land his plane safely. When he turned to thank the other pilot, he realized that the plane that helped him had disappeared as soon as he came out of the storm. The author did not know where he had landed, but was not afraid of leaving his plane unattended. He headed straight into the control room to ask about the other pilot. To his utmost surprise, the lady informed him that there was no other plane in the sky except his because of the bad weather. He is left astonished with a lot of questions unanswered in his mind. Here are the question answers. Question number 1. I'll take the risk. What is the risk? Why does the narrator take it? Answer. The risk here refers to not doing the right thing, which is flying back to Paris when he came to know about the storm. Despite being aware of the bad weather, the pilot headed straight into the storm and risked the life of his fellow passengers. The pilot's decision making was clouded by his wish to meet his family. He so desperately wanted to be with his family and have that English breakfast he had been dreaming of all day that he took the risk of not going back. Question number 2. Describe the narrator's experience as he flew the aeroplane into the storm. Answer. The narrator was frightened as he lost control of the plane. He felt helpless as the compass and other instruments had stopped working. Nothing outside the aeroplane was visible when suddenly, in the midst of nowhere, an unknown plane was visible and the pilot was eager to help him. The narrator was panicking because there was very less fuel left, but somehow he managed to escape the storm with the help of the strange pilot who he could not thank. Question number 3. Who do you think helped the narrator to read safely? Discuss this among yourselves and give reasons for your answer. Answer. It was the pilot's own conscience which helped him out of the storm. There was no other plane out on that stormy night. So, probably he was hallucinating. It was his own capability as a pilot which led him out of that black cloud. I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching.